Hello, for anyone who's watching right now, we're gonna start shortly, and we're gonna find out if it's solar worth investing in. And join us on MyPF PodCat as myself and also Steve. We're gonna interview Regine, the solar project director from Yongyang Solaroof, and Regine is a solar energy evangelist and green building advocate, and she's a sustainable development advocator and has been involved in renewable energy projects since 2012. And find out and ask, feel free to ask questions in our Ask Me Anything. It's on my PF website. And we're going to ask questions including what's the expected returns investing in solar, and how is investing in solar energy stocks versus physical solar installation. And also, can solar panels be installed in an apartment complex or condo? I'm pretty sure these are some of the interesting questions that we would like to find out. And yep, we're going to start real soon.
Hi, Kat. Hi,
Hi,
everyone
Steve.
tuning in. Regine will be joining us in just a moment. We're just so excited. We're actually kicking off this series on investing. So we're kicking off with investing in solar. And in the weeks ahead, we will be talking about various sort of investments, investing in properties, investing in arts, investing in shares. So do tune in to all the upcoming sessions as well. So without further ado, let's welcome Regine to the stream.
Hello.
Hi, Regine.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Catherine. Hello, everyone.
Yep.
Yes. So, yeah.
Thanks so much for being here. So, Kat, why don't you go ahead and introduce Regine? And let's get started with our episode 40 of MyPF PodCat. It's 40 episodes already. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to my personal finance podcast, episode 40. Today, we're going to talk about investing in solar together with Regine, who is the solar project director. Hi, Regine. Welcome to the show.
Yes, my pleasure. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So, yes, it's my pleasure to share a bit on renewable energy and especially on solar. Yes.
Yeah, sure. It's good to have you on the show. Right. For the benefit of the audience, could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Regine Choo, currently the solar project director of Yongyang. So my company is focusing on roofing, solar, and green building materials.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in this industry for more than 12 years.
Wow, it's a long time.
Yeah, right. So that was when the government started to focus in the solar renewable energy via the renewable energy policy. So myself also the so-called qualified GCPB or the SEDA certified solar PV designer. So we design mainly for residential, commercial, and industrial solar PV systems. Yeah, and we have been following most of the government programs in the solar so far. Yeah, for the past 12 years.
Wow, it's really been a while, and I'm really excited to have our chat this evening, and we also welcome all the various questions from everyone tuning into the stream. Just go ahead and type in any questions you have, and we'll pick up a few questions to be answered later in the session as well. I personally have always been curious about investing in solar, but I've never taken the plunge, or rather taken the installation to actually ever do it. So definitely looking forward to see if you can change my mind or get me to take that action after today's session.
Sure.
All right. Since we have started, why don't we head straight to how would you describe investing in solar to someone new, especially like people like myself and maybe Steve?
I will say that solar energy is not rocket science. It's something that is feasible as long as you have a roof. Yeah. So and then moving forward is we need to look into our consumption pattern in a sustainable way. So describing someone new, especially probably I would like to usually touch on. Do you know that majority of our electricity source is actually coming from the coal and gas power generation still in Malaysia.
Right.
So
Those
actually,
Yeah.
fossil fuels and fossil energy
yes,
sources, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
still fossil fuel energy sources for about 77%. So we're still using a lot of gas, coal and gas to generate the energy. So the more energy you use, actually you contribute more to the carbon emission. But don't worry, you can now have the chance to switch to green energy by using solar energy. Just installing the solar panels on your rooftop, on your house, in your office, on your factories. So you have the chance to adopt the green energy. So it's a chance for you to switch over your energy consumption to be partly green energy.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely be glad that I'm not destroying my world that I live in. But Catherine and I, we're financial planners as well, and we're asking both ourselves and hey, maybe for our clients into the future as well. Yeah. Later on, we'll definitely want to hear more about the investment and the ROI, returns on investment, portion as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yes.
Catherine.
sounds very interesting. Yep.
Yeah.
Perhaps Eugene, you can share with us like your own experience in investing in solar.
My own experience in investing in solar. So I would say, yeah, definitely I'm in this business. So we started with the government program called the FIT project, or the scheme called the Feed-in Tariff. FIT stands for Feed-in Tariff, whereby the all solar energy generated will be to sell to TNB at a fixed rate for 21 years. So, but this program has been ended in 2017. And so we started implement these projects for clients, and even personally, including myself, I also having this solar energy systems whereby it will generate some sort of little income monthly. Yeah. So moving forward, we are currently in this net energy metering scheme. So whereby you can use the solar for your own consumption. And then if you have any excess, then you sell to the grid to net off the gains of you. So in other words, you're able to consume the solar energy, and then you can able to reduce the bill. So it will help you to save your energy bill. Yeah. So that's a bit of personal
Sounds interesting.
experience. Yeah, and also currently I have both, meaning the FIT's system and also the this NEM system. So it's essentially promoting also green energy. Yes, because the
Right.
energy is generating from the sun.
And NEM was stands for again net energy metering, was it? If I got you correctly.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, net energy metering. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Off the top of your head, can you estimate, how many solar investment projects have you been involved with? Since 2012, right? When you first ventured into solar until now, how many solar projects have you been involved with?
I've been involved in hundreds projects, so big and small. So we started with a humble beginning of doing the small solar installations for the houses. Then we're moving to a bigger scale, commercial and industrial, mostly on concentrate on the rooftop installations. Yeah. So of course, back then I would say the prices. Back then, solar in the system, you can say that it's about like a more twice as much of what you're paying right now. So that's why the government have this feed-in tariff to able to provide a good return. Yeah. So by moving forward, currently you're talking about investing in solar. It's becoming more affordable. The prices has come down thanks to the economies of scale in the solar technology. So that drive the prices down, and also increasing also also improving, I would say, improving on the return on a solar investment. Yeah.
Right. Perhaps you share with us like 3 tips on investing in solar.
Yeah, maybe allow me to share on the slide.
Ah.
That's probably my only slide today.
Right.
Yes. So first of all, you need to have a roof for rooftop installations. And
Okay.
then, yeah. So talking about 3 things, I would say is reliability, risk-free, and a good return. Yeah. So solar investment is something that it gives you the chance to be able to participate in this decentralized solar energy. You know, this power system you generate is a power generation whereby it has a good return. Typically for houses, I would say that less than 5 years is possible, thanks to the prices coming down. Yeah,
When you say
and then
5 years, are you talking about getting the returns of your investment back in 5 years?
yes, right, yeah.
Okay,
So
that's pretty short. I was thinking it'd be like at least 10, 20 years, until my hair turns gray or something. But 5 years, yeah, okay.
no, Steve. I would say that that probably 10 years back, but that was because the government implemented the feed-in tariff, so that you probably pay a higher system price, but you are able to back then you were able to justify your investment by selling at a higher rate to the TNB, to utility company. So, but right now, as the prices also come down, and then even with your current utility rates, you're looking at the justifiable return on investment of less than 5 years is possible. Yeah. So, and then furthermore, you can see your bill reduction. So you end up paying less for your energy, and also being sustainable at the same time. Secondly, solar is actually a reliability in the solar system is also another key system. Being said that we have abundance of sunlight, and then we are near to the sun belt, so we have plenty of sunlight to harvest. Where with the typical our sun, we call it the peak sun hours, you can achieve like even for some areas possible up to 5 hours and more. Yeah, for a very good sunny day. Yeah.
Right.
So
But how about at night? At night, then it won't be actually generating any energy, isn't it? And how about, let's say, there's cloudy days, rainy days? Would that affect your
yes,
effect as well?
yes. So on cloudy days, you will have less sun hours, and then on night, definitely you don't have any power generation. You can't generate energy from the moonlight. I hope we have a technology breakthrough one day.
A
But currently,
moon roof or something?
yeah. So now is we we harvest the solar energy by using sunlight. So solar PV system is essentially is a solar cells that converts the sunlight into the energy. So it's literally is really straightforward in the sense that, yeah. And then next we're talking about risk-free, because the solar panel systems comes with a warranty, a very long warranty, up to 25 years, or even coming 30 years warranty is possible to get. Yeah. So this is something that is justified in terms of your of your generation yield. Yeah, so that
When
you
you
can
talk about
ensure that,
warranty,
yeah,
Regine, are you referring to
yes,
warranty on the installation itself? How about for normal wear and tear, or is there even a warranty or guarantee on returns?
yes, it's a warranty guarantee of returns, because the solar panel factory, it provides the 25 years power performance warranty.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So with this, because the it's a I would say it's a matured technology nowadays. Of course, nowadays we are looking at in terms of the advancement of the technology is more towards increasing the efficiencies, to utilizing less area to generate energy. Yeah. So that is something. Yeah, of course. I would like to touch also revolutionary that is on the monitoring side. Back then, on the solar system, it may not consist of this feature, but nowadays, I think all of the systems built, it comes with this monitoring system. So it gives you a sense of how much you're saving in real time, per month, per year, historical data, and is accessible at any time with now technology like mobile apps. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Even mobile as well. Okay.
Yes, yes. Now with the technology, yeah. So we will see more and more AI technology, software technology also adopting in the solar PV system design. Yeah. So then
All right.
is yeah.
Mm,
So
yep.
then I think
Any more
that's
things
a
to
few
cover us off?
key points that I would like to share. Yeah. Maybe we can take some questions. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Right. For anyone who just started watching, so this podcast is a bit special as compared to the previous one that we've been doing. So this session we have
Oh.
this AMA session. So we call it like Ask Me Anything. So for this session, we have already generated a couple of questions that we will ask one by one. But for anyone who is who are interested to ask as well, they can feel free to comment and ask more questions, and we'll pick it up and ask Regine. So just to reintroduce Regine. So Regine is the solar. She's from Solaroof. So if you have any questions about investing in solar, she is the right person to ask. All right. So let's. I guess we can start with the first AMA question. This question is very relevant to us as a financial planner, and also a lot of our clients as well who thinks returns is very important when it comes to investment. So we would like to know what's the expected returns when it comes to investing in solar.
Okay, we're expecting returns. Okay, for a residential, probably looking at about 4 to 5 years, and then for commercial, even we are looking even shorter because the government is providing the tax incentive. So besides on the energy saving part, you also can save on the corporate tax. So that's able to reduce the solar investment to probably like less than 3 years is also possible. Yeah. And then
3 years, less than 3 years, you're talking about corporate installation, both the tax savings
corporate,
as well as the returns from the investment of the solar itself. Okay.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So so
But
that's
what are the
which sector? Yes.
but what are the other factors that affect how soon can we expect this sort of returns?
Okay. For solar, I would say right now is depending on your tariff, the energy tariff that you're paying for. Okay. For residential systems, I would say that for those paying a very high energy bills, more probably like 500, 600 or even thousands. So the energy rate that you are paying per unit is as high as 5.57 already. Yeah, but you're talking about because it's a tier rate. Yeah, for the residential systems, and then whereas for the commercial system, it also depending on which category you belongs to. Like commercials, you have category low voltage category, also medium voltage category. Each has every different tariff respectively. Yeah. So you probably some, for example, the category D were in the range of that 44 cents, whereas category E will probably in the 35 cents, 34 cents, that kind of range. Yeah. So every energy generated is per kilowatt hour. So that is the tariff that justify your final return on the investment. Yeah.
Right. In layman terms, though, if let's say that whatever you just said just went right through my head, in percentage terms, for example, what would be a reasonable expected rate of return? You can give annualized returns, for example. Yeah.
Annualized return, you're talking about like 20% and above is possible. You're talking about that. Yes, less than 5 years. So it's probably is in the range of 20%. Is my calculation correct?
20%. Okay. If you're using a
Yeah.
5-year calculation, okay, that makes sense. And if you actually generate excess energy, you can actually resell that energy back. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. So under the net energy metering scheme, the energy will be for your own consumption first, and then if you have any excess, then you can sell to the grid at one-to-one basis, and then whatever you sold, will be given a credit to actually net off your total bill. So your total bill will be calculated against the total export minus the import. Yeah.
Right. And what if I was, for example, not keen, or having to do a physical solar installation? Hey, you can actually buy solar energy stocks or even ETFs, exchange traded funds. So how does investing in solar energy stocks compare with investing in a physical solar installation?
Okay. Yeah. This is a very interesting question, Steve. Yeah. I will say that being able to install yourself in your own premise is a direct participation in technology, green technology in particular, which bring other benefits besides the monetary gain. So one aspect is the savings, reducing your OPEX operating costs and tax savings. While the other side is more onto the goodwill, the green branding, and also supporting sustainability at the same time. So, for example, we have like clients in industry like OEM, they have exposure to like international market, and a lot of the clients, given the choice, would like to purchase for green manufacturer, for example. So you're talking about investment in stocks. I will need to admit that I'm not expert in the stocks. I will say that investing in the stocks market is a skill. Yeah, and then it's more towards the investment in the business, in the organization, considering the business landscape. Yeah, that's
Okay.
maybe
So
my
it's
personal
a
point
little
of
bit
view lah.
different from a physical installation. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so we have a question from one of the listeners. So from Guan Shen, I was told the solar price increased recently. Is that true?
Hi, Mr. Ao Guanshen. Thanks for the questions. Yes, this is a very recent so-called news, but I would say this is because solar prices is very much um, a demand and supply forces. The prices depending on the demand and supply. So as we know that we have just getting passed over the MCO period, and likewise for other countries. So currently, that actually, as a matter of fact, there's actually a surge of demand versus the supply. So that is causing, a slight increase in the solar panel prices. But it's not a drastical increase. Probably I need to clarify on that. And then I will assure you that the prices over the time, as you can see historically, from the past 10 years until now, you can see is towards the decline. One reason being
What
able to
quantum of
justify.
increase are we looking at? You talked about slight increase in percentage terms. Could you give us a
Uh,
ballpark?
I think it's just a single digit increase in terms of percentage. Yeah, less than 5%. You're talking about the so-called the
The
cost price.
increase, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right. So I will say that this is also is part of my personal view. Like it's more to a market forces. Right now the demand is more than the supply. Everyone is rushing. There has been so-called some experts saying that green economy is a way forward as part of the recovery method for the economies after this COVID-19 pandemic. So everyone is more mindful and also probably is more conscious, on towards green energy.
I think definitely the awareness is growing as well. Even on our site, we also run like financial wellness programs. There's actually increasing inquiries about ESG, environmental, social, and governance related programs. So yeah, definitely there's been an increase in about going green and doing less harm to the environment. There's also more talk seminars, etc. On this topic as well. But with that said, we actually did get a question from our Facebook group, where this was actually the question asked, and it was one of the top questions asked as well. That making and disposal of solar panels, it itself also creates harm to the environment. And if that's true, how can we solve this problem?
I would say that this is not something able to solve within a short period of time. But many manufacturers are really looking into this, end-to-end life cycle. Of course, I would say most of the solar panel is still up the rooftop there, generating the energy. But eventually, yes, I'll really admit that they should come to the point, after probably the life cycle, what should we do next to actually able to dispose the solar panels properly. So that is way of most of these industry players. They are looking into how to formalize a good so-called circular economy in regards to this solar industry moving forward. Yes.
Right. So as of right now, installing a solar panel, so I'm concerned about the environment. I'm concerned about the
Yes.
financial aspects as well. But back towards the environment, would installing a solar panel, if I choose to make that decision, do more good for the environment or more harm for the environment in an overall point of view?
In the overall point of view, I think the green energy that able to generates over the period of more than 25 years, 30 years, and many years to come, is able to justify that the little so-called carbon emission created during the production. We are more concerned on the post product, meaning you have the end product, and then this end product can can produce the green energy for so many years. And even at the year of 25, with this warranty in place, you're still getting like 80% minimum, 80% of the power generation. So yeah, so you're still getting 80 power percent generation even like after year 25. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
is
guess
still able to continue using. But probably and then you can maybe during that time, then we can consider to expand the systems, doing upgrades. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like if you look at it in the long term, then it's definitely worth investing. Right.
Yes.
We also have a lot of question when it comes to installation of the solar panel itself. I think we have the perception that in order to install a solar panel, you need to live in a at least a landed property or like even a bungalow. So the question would be like, can solar panels be installed in an apartment complex or a condo?
Yes, this is a very common question. So, well, I would say that it's more to the as long as the technical is a technical feasible to install in terms of the roof after you done the roof assessment. The even by buildings like condominiums, apartments, they could actually adopt solar energy to reduce the bill. I mean the energy consumption, especially I think for those we have like inquiries for the apartments or condos. What they really want is to reduce the common area energy bill. Yeah.
Right. So, but in order to proceed with that, experience with the like, for example, the joint management body need to come to an agreement or get all the residents of an apartment or condo to proceed the installation, or can I choose like, hey, we have this nice big roof on my apartment, so I'm going to install my own personal solar panel over there. Can I do that?
I would say you definitely need to get the JMP approvals. As far as I'm concerned, the roof is not belongs to one person; it belongs to the whole community. Yeah, so I would say it has to be getting the approval from the JMP. Yeah.
So has there been any like a condo that are already doing this? Like a joint management decided that they want to install solar panel for the entire condo itself?
I would say, yeah, this has been implemented mostly in countries like Singapore. In
Mm-hmm.
Malaysia, yeah, we are targeting on more to the new projects. Yeah. So yeah, because again, I'm saying it's more to the technical feasibility in terms of the roof. Because when they constructed the roof, things has to be, considered not only on the installations, on the weight, on the loading, yeah, and also who is going to use the energy, yeah, and who belongs. I mean, the so-called in terms of the technical feasibility. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I think we see all sorts of people with will have some people I'm sure will be very supportive of solar, and I like to hear that the corporate tax incentives and the returns on investment being 5 years, 3 years, that definitely sounds attractive. But if there was a comment such as this, how would you actually respond to this?
Oh,
So we actually
waste
had
of time
yeah
and money.
a listener comment that yeah, it is a waste of time and money. How would you respond to this feedback or comment?
Uh, I'm not sure how this comment come from what what kind of aspect or perspective. But in general, like many companies, you can see that uh, corporates, more and more corporate companies, Fortune 500 companies, they are adopting solar energy. I think their decision definitely is well justified, and it's we have like even to the extent that the for the corporate company, they pledge to be have probably you have heard of the RE100, to be 100% power generations from the renewable energy. So that is the way moving forward. I'm not sure whether caring for your environment, caring for your climate change is a waste of time and money. Yes, I will say that do you know that building actually accounts for as high as 39% of the energy consumption. So we definitely need to know what is the ways to moving forward. Yeah, we can actually do by reducing the energy consumption via energy efficiency, uh, you know, the energy efficiency methods. But probably whatever it has to be also coupled with renewable energy. Renewable energy is a way for you to switch to non-fossil fuel power generations. So it's a green energy. So again, I don't think that's a waste of energy, and that's
Right,
not a
right.
waste of time either.
And I think
You
as
are
well that
also
with
a time.
a lot of investors out there nowadays, when they put their money in, it's not just about returns are important, of course, but yeah, I
Yes,
would totally agree with you, Regine, that yeah, a large consideration as well, especially among the younger generations as well, is that am I making a positive impact on society and my
yes,
environment with is my investments sustainable and actually yeah doing good for the world and changing the world, making it a better place as well. So yeah, very very good comments over
yes.
there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also a strong supporter for green building. So I would say this definitely is a way forward, because we definitely need to, you know, uh, reduce our energy consumption and to also switch to green energy. And there's also a very ambitious goal already in practice is towards a net energy and net zero building. So whereby the total consumption is balanced with a total generation. So isn't it that the sustainability is the way forward towards the future? But again, it takes the time from the planning, from the you must have the mind that you begins with the end in mind. I would say green begins with the end in mind. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, so do you think like will solar panels still be relevant in the future, or are there any other renewables which can be a good competitor in this sense?
I would say solar energy, it has been started way uh, from our satellites technology, from the space bring down to the earth, and now it's installing on the ground, on the roof. Uh, I
So we're
personally,
talking
I
about
really,
space age technology, right in our home. Sounds
yeah,
amazing.
yes. So I would say that it's something that close to our heart nowadays. Solar is something that you can just adopt by having it to install on your rooftop, and it's a way of moving towards decentralized energy production, whereby you can self-sustain, produce your own energy, and it's also easily adopted. It will still be relevant moving forward. However, I would say that there will also it will direction towards the energy storage. We're also seeing that new technologies coming, such as a hydrogen fuel cell. Yeah, probably that's the next in thing. You know, as we tackle the energy production side, we also probably will looking into how to store the energy after you produce it to be even more sustainable. Yeah.
Hmm. So, better
So
question: do you think are there any other renewables which can be a better competitor as compared to solar?
I will say there are always new technologies coming in. As was said that more and more R&Ds are focusing on renewables energy. So I will put it that solar is one of renewables. Yeah. And then there are other renewables energy such as wind, geothermal, biomass, biogas. But again, it depending on which shoes you're in. Yeah, it's let's say for your house, for your buildings. Probably I see solar is a more feasible and easier way, and also feasible way to adopt. But probably you can generate waste to energy, but that involve more resources. Yeah. So again, depending on what resources you have, and then you tap into your resources, and what the resources you have right now, the roof is the resources.
Okay, that's a fair point, and yeah, we live pretty near to the equator line as well, so definitely a lot more sun as well. Yeah, I can't picture installing, I don't know, wind generating energy on top of my house or something like that. So okay.
Well, yes. In Malaysia context, the wind speed is too low to be able to create wind energy. But definitely, as more technology advancement, yeah, who knows? Maybe we can. But of course, currently, that is not feasible based on the current wind speed. Yeah.
Maybe from the traffic from our cars, passing by, and it generates enough
Yeah.
energy from there.
I think I saw that in one of the Facebook videos. I think, yeah, it was getting viral. Well, let's see how it develops along the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You mentioned that we should have the end in mind, thinking that we want this green energy to be more, more popular. So with this, will we see a demo? Do you think like will we see more of this democratization of the power grid where people can freely buy and sell solar energy?
Yes, actually, as a matter of fact, our government has already initiated a pilot testing
Mm-hmm.
called the peer-to-peer energy trading. So, okay, maybe it's in a simple concept is, you can generate on the solar energy generates on your house. I can sell it to your house. That kind of concept, but it's still under the infant stage. I mean, it's already have done the pilot testings. So I would say that is probably another direction that we can see that moving forward. Yeah, you probably also can start looking into selling green certificates, that kind of concept coming in. So this will bring more democratization to the energy industry. Yeah.
Hmm. You mean
But
like
we
so?
have.
Is a Yeah? Go on, Steve.
Go ahead, Kat.
So
Yes.
you mean like there's a possibility that this energy generated from one household can be sold to another household to as consumption?
Yes. Yeah, that's under the peer-to-peer energy trading is possible. But currently, this is not implemented yet. There's still a lot of testings running to be done to able to testify or so-called to test out the infrastructure that we have, the grid infrastructure, the metering. It's not really implemented, but I would say that's something has been implemented in other countries. So, and then we have done, our country has done the pilot testing. This should be something that we'll see will coming soon. Yeah, but not yet. Yes, stay tuned.
All right,
Yeah, we shall
exciting.
stay tuned.
Definitely
Yes,
looking forward for that. I think we have
yes.
time for one final question. So this was asked in our Facebook group as well.
Okay.
The question was asked by Yi Huangs. He was asking, are there any ways or tips for consumers to get more affordable solar panels?
Yes, there are ways for consumers to get more affordable solar panels in the sense that, okay, for you're talking about affordable in the sense that you minimize your upfront costs. So nowadays we go for for loans, for short-term loans, and we also come in with a zero cost. That's more applicable for commercial and also industrial clients, whereby they don't need to come out with the upfront cost, but they still can enjoy the cheaper green energy. Yes, we can talk
Okay.
more if you're interested.
Sounds exciting indeed. Yeah. So yeah, for all those listeners who are interested in that, yeah, do get in touch with us and we'll hook you up with Regine for more discussion
Yes,
on this topic as well.
yeah, I'm more than happy to share with you this.
All right. So we are almost coming to the end of the questions. So, what is one big audacious habit or goal that you want our audience to take action right now? Something.
I will say that from today's session and from my past experience,
Mhm.
the biggest challenge in green energy, in combating climate change, is about awareness and education, you know. And then education, I believe, is a long journey. So that's why I hope that probably my sharing today helps everyone here to understand more about this green technology, solar energy in particularly, so that you can able to share with your friends, your family, whom you might think that they are able to benefit from this green technology, green energy. Or this green energy would also eventually helps them to also to have reduced their capex, and then your knowledge also in terms of the this green energy will also widely spread out to more people. Yeah.
Yep, it's definitely a good sharing. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
So before we end this, we have this random question game session. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a session where we will have a question generator that which generates out of 20,000 combination of different questions. So I will read out your question, and then to be fair, you can ask me a question in return as well. And both of these questions are generated randomly. Yep. So all you have to do is after I read out the question, is just to pick one option out of another, and then not just that, you have to explain why this instead of the other one. But
Okay.
it's so there's nothing to be too serious about. I guess we should go straight
Sorry,
to
yeah.
your question.
Am I too slow in this?
No problem, no problem. It's just a game. Yep. Right. I'll read out your question. So, who would you choose to have a 2.5 hour lunch with? Whether it's Richard Branson or Tim Cook. Oh, okay.
Richard Branson.
Okay. Why
With
Richard?
the condition he's wearing the stewardess uniform.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. All
Sorry.
right. So is
That's
that
my
your only requirement for him to be dressed in the Virgin Airline air stewardess uniform?
Oh yeah, whichever if he wants to wear and the Air Asia, I'm fine as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. But what would you be asking him? Like what kind of conversation would you like to have with him?
Richard Branson. I think he's really good in personal branding. Yeah, he's my
Mm,
idol for the personal branding, and then
yeah,
also is a very innovative and creative entrepreneur. Yeah. So same as myself
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
entrepreneur. So I really admire.
Mhm.
Yeah, his out of the box thinking. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That's
also
true. He's
energetic
definitely.
nature.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
Yes,
Okay.
all around. Okay,
Right.
second
This
question.
is my question. Yep.
Uh, would
Okay.
you like to choose this? Is
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
something?
If Yeah, this is my question. If you don't mind, you can read out for me.
Would you
Right.
choose at your mentor? Who would you choose at your mentor, Catherine? Robert Kiyosaki, the rich dad, or the personal finance guy is it? Ramit Sethi.
This is tough. But I always believe that we can learn from anyone. Like, I always have that mentality that it doesn't matter who this person is or whether like anyone can have different background, different upbringing. We can all learn from anyone.
Mm,
But if I have to choose from this, I would say Robert. Yep.
okay.
So I would guess. Well, like I guess everybody have different opinions towards him. He has his ups and downs, but but he has written his book. He has his points of view. Yeah, I guess if I can, have a lunch with him, I will ask him a lot of questions as well. Right.
And any
I think.
particular reason for that?
Hmm. Really, just to ask him, you know, like from his books, how has he, how what inspired him to come up with this book, what has he learned from writing the books, and what happened to him like after writing all the books, how has his life changed for or this some even more personal questions.
Maybe what is the next new book writing about?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yes, interesting.
Yep, yep. All
Thank
right.
you.
I guess that's the end of our session today. It's so
Okay,
yeah, so glad to have you on our interview session today.
my pleasure, Catherine. Yeah,
Yep. So
I
before
hope I
we end,
answer the questions.
yeah, there are a couple of tough questions. I would say sorry on behalf, but I think you handled the questions well. Yep. But before we end, is there anything else that you would like to say to the audience or to me, Steve?
uh, Again, I say that let's spread this awareness and education on the green energy. Yeah, moving forward. Yeah, we should be really concerned on the impact that we have, on our energy consumption, especially on the sustainability. I think that is not something that uh, I would say everyone learned from this pandemic. So, like
Mm-hmm.
Steve said, more people getting more concerned on the environment, on the sustainability. Yeah, I think that's a good news for an industry players like us. And then we hope more and more people coming on board to support sustainability, green energy. Yes,
Mm, yep, yep, yep. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have learned like many things from this session from yourself.
I'm learning as well. I will say learning is a continuous journey. Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, everyone. Yes.
All right. All right. All right. I really enjoy learning from Regine. I hope like you all have learned something new from herself today as well. And if I were to summarize, I think needless to say, we have learned a lot throughout this pandemic. I'm pretty sure a lot of us would have this thought that you want to do something for the earth that we are living in. So why not start now? And yep, you already got the tips from Regine. And thank you for listening. And as usual, you can find the show notes and links on our website, mypf.my/podcat. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next week. Hasta pronto.